What is going on? We are back here with Builds and Banter. We're here with Rod today as well as BC. My name is Nico, and today we're going to be doing an overview on this beautiful 935. So, starting off, why the 935?
Well, it all goes back to childhood, right?
Okay.
For most car enthusiasts. So I saw these. I'm old enough. I saw them race when I was very small.
Heck yeah!
And it just left a huge impression on me. The wide bodies, the flames. Maybe it's the flames.
Yeah.
What would you say is better, the wide body or the flames?
I think it's a combination of the two. It's a great symbiosis.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And back in the late 70s, these race cars were unbeatable. They won everything. They even won the 24 Hours of Le Mans '79.
Wow.
So it's quite a legendary car. So to be able to drive a replica of sorts on the street is it's crazy.
So, quick question: did these, because when a car's a race car, they have to homologate it, correct? And then this is the homologated version of it with the kit, or how does that work?
Well, you want a history lesson?
Please, yeah.
So Porsche raced if you think of a 935, you often think of the Martini livery.
Yes.
Those were the factory cars.
Yes.
But at the time, they had a customer program. And they just made them and sold them.
Okay.
So they made, how many did they make? Like 50, 30?
Yeah, a little bit less than 50.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Okay.
So they sold them all around the world. So mine is a replica. The body is a replica of how they would have looked as a customer car in 1978, if you wanted to geek out about it.
Wow.
So this is a replica. It's a tribute to an original.
Sure.
Underneath, it's a 1979 930.
Okay. And
mostly
then
fiberglass.
Okay. And then the fiberglass, was it designed is that something y'all handled, or is it something that you can kind of just purchase, or?
This car has a very interesting history. Why don't you share how it came here from Europe and what it was?
Well, this car was built in the early 90s by a race car builder that lived in Sweden. It was his personal car. So I've heard stories that this car used to terrorize the streets of Stockholm in the early 90s, and then it was put in a barn.
Wow.
And then I was living in Sweden at the time, and the guy that pulled it out of the barn brought it to an event, and I freaked out.
Wow.
So for a long time, about 5 years, I just had it in storage. I moved to the UK, had it in storage, moved here 5 years ago.
Okay.
And then 2019, Bissi and I decided we're going to do it up. And then that kind of started his 935 projects as well, and then it kind of snowballed from there.
And then that's the pink one that
is correct.
Okay.
That's my very first 935 tribute build.
Okay.
That's my very first electric vehicle as well.
Okay, wow.
Performance vehicle.
So what's so crazy is that, like I was sharing earlier, anytime I see this in a Hot Wheel version, I always grab it. I've never ever seen one in person, and then this morning, I see two. And they're both beautiful and and I told VC, it snuck up on me. I was looking at this one, and then I just look over, and then I was like, I didn't hear a single thing.
Look there, there's a Hot Wheels.
Yeah. So get in on this one, Rome, right here.
You pick it up.
Oh, sweet.
This is a prototype Hot Wheels.
So walk me through, what does that process look like to get this thing into, is it going to be like this exact one is the Hot Wheel?
Yeah, this is a prototype Hot Wheels. It's going to come out in 2015.
Okay.
And the livery of the cars, you see it now, because it used to look different until recently. It was designed in collaboration with the Hot Wheels.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I'm like an avid collector.
Yeah.
And as I started to get more into the details, I started to go into higher scale models. So now I kind of buy the real expensive, $50, $60, $70 models, and no, I think this thing's cool. Check it out. So now I kind of want to get into the performance of the vehicle. What's sort of been done to it that's not normal with your typical 935?
Well, when it came to me, it had some of the technology that existed in the 80s and 90s.
Okay.
And the engine management solution was a DOS-based system, which is quite interesting. Right? So it's really old school.
Yeah.
So we kind of brought everything up to today's standard in terms of using sequential fuel injection. It has an AEM Infinity on it.
Wow.
We removed all the original harness and all the original systems, but kept the heart of the vehicle intact in terms of the fully built 3.3 liter turbocharged engine.
Wow.
It has an action clutch, something a little more modern as well.
Yeah.
Above and beyond that, the entire harness that was removed was chucked and now has a full mil-spec harness as well.
Wow.
twin 58mm billet-sized turbo. So it
Yeah,
has modern technology in terms of aerodynamics for the turbocharger itself.
Yep.
And of course, everything from HD clamps from Vibrant to an updated air-to-air heat exchanger for, for the intercooler.
Yeah.
It's really everything that you want to see in a 935, but more in today's standards of technology.
And is there like a lot of resources out there for that, or was a lot of it like research on your
All
own?
bespoke.
Okay, wow.
So that's kind of what we do.
Okay.
I really love the beauty of classic cars.
Yeah.
But I'm not a fan of old technology.
Sure.
So this is the perfect example of taking something that's beautiful and classic.
Yep.
And bring up the speed with technology of today.
Yeah.
So when it comes to everything in terms of engine management solutions, closed loop feedback, knock sensing, you name it, this car has it.
Wow.
It's absolutely fantastic. And starts up each time, drives beautifully, and Rod has a blast with it. Terrorizes the streets of Southern California.
Heck yeah.
I think I'm mostly just crawling between car shows and stuck in traffic, right?
So you said that, are you from the States or did you?
I'm originally from Canada.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I've been around the world.
Yeah.
I founded this website called Speed Hunters.
Speed Hunters, okay.
And we traveled the world, going to all the car events and being involved with car culture around the world. SoCal is obviously one of the best car enthusiast scenes in the world, and for motorsports, car shows, car builders. So I always wanted to be part of this.
Heck yeah.
And here we are.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time. I
All right.
absolutely appreciate it. It's a pleasure to meet two legends. So thank you, and until next time.